Pressing note, changing note, pedal tone. Have you heard about any non-chord tone? No? Let's check it out. Hi, my name is Nur Hanani bint Abdul Razak. So today, I will tell you about what is non-chord tone. So, we have 9 more subtopics in non-chord tones. I will go through one by one. Let me take a seat. First, I will tell you what is meaning of non-chord tones. Non-chord tones are notes that not belong to the chord, and non-chord tone also refer as non-harmonic tone. And sometimes non-chord tones also clarify how they are approached, either by the same note or by the step. So, in non-chord tones, we have 9 more subtopics. I will tell you the first subtopic, which is passing note. Passing note is a note that are not belonging to the harmony but interposed to secure a smooth transition, which is in passing note. We have 2 more subtopics, which is passing note, accented passing note, or unaccented passing note. Accented passing note usually will go by step, but the counting of the note is downbeat, while the unaccented passing note also go through by step, but the counting is offbeat. Okay, next I will go through the second subtopic in non-chord tones, which is auxiliary. Auxiliary is a melody tone following by a principal tone by step, either above or below. Then they will return back to the principal tone. In auxiliary, we also have 2 more points, which is upper or lower. For upper auxiliary, we will saw a note that something like this. Okay. If the second note will go step and upper, that is mean it was a upper auxiliary. If the second note go down, that is mean it was a lower auxiliary. Okay, next I will go for 2 subtopic, which is changing note and appoggiatura. So, how we can know changing note and appoggiatura? So, for the simple way to understand the changing note and appoggiatura, changing note and appoggiatura is the same things actually, but for the changing note, you will see the note will go by step first, and then they will go by a gap. But for the appoggiatura, it will go by a gap first, and then it will continue by a step. I will give you the example here. For changing note, you can see that it go by step, and then they will have a gap for the second note and the third note. Next, this is the example for appoggiatura. So here, for appoggiatura, the note will go through by a gap, and then will continue by a step. Okay, then I will go through the 5th subtopic, which is anticipation note. Anticipation note is anticipation note that will occur immediately before a changing of harmony, and it will be followed by the change of harmony, and it will be by the same note. Usually for the anticipation note, we'll have at the last bar in our score. So here the example how the anticipation notes it's look like. Okay, next I will go to the sixth subtopic, which is a pedal tone. A pedal tone are sustained tone and typically in a bass during which at least 4 Gs. So usually in our score we will have treble and bass. So for the pedal tone, it will have at the bass clef, which is the note that we play will go through by the same note for the long time, while at the treble clef we will play a different melody. Next, I will go through the 7 point, which is false relationship. For the false relationship, usually we will solve octave note. For example, here for the alto voice is middle C, and for the soprano voice it's also C, but it will consider as a false relationship when for the alto it will have C sharp, which is when we play it the note is going not be the same. In other example, here they have many notes, but for the alto just have one note in semi-brief, also in the same note, but when the last note for the soprano suddenly have sharp, and it also considered as a false relationship. Okay, then for the last thing, I will go through the second last point, which is suspension and retardation. Suspension and retardation also are the same thing, but it's going a little bit different. So for the suspension, you will go by prepare and then suspend, and then you will be resolved down. But for the retardation, you also going by prepare and then suspend, but then you will go resolve up. So I will give you the example for the suspension first. Okay, so here you will see for the first note and the second note is going by the same note, which is will be prepare and then suspend. Second note is referred as a suspend and then resolve down. So this is will consider as a suspension. But for the retardation, this is the example, which is they will go through by the same note also, but at the last note it will go soft up. That is the difference between suspension and retardation. That's all for the non-chord tone, and it's look like it's going raining here. So thank you from me and goodbye.